By now, everyone's seen the madness, the prank call that happened to Shador on draft night. Somebody called acting like a GM. So I'm happy to see it. And then it said, well, you have to wait a little bit longer, yada, yada, yada. When it happened, we briefly talked about it. We're kind of waiting to see how this thing was going to unfold, to be honest with you. Then there were some clips happening with this kid. And I was like, there's no way this is real. Like, this is crazy. Spoiler alert, it's real. It comes from a coach in Atlanta. We got to talk all about it because this is wild, bro. This is wild. I flushed my kids down in the club. So this is the snapshot. I saw this video and I go, I didn't want to. It's the internet moves so quickly nowadays, and it's hard to know what's real, not real. And I was like, the fact, how is so? What dumbass records them doing something at that mag? Well, we all do it now. I mean, who am I kidding? But I was like, that's just. When I saw, I was like, there's no way. Then obviously the surface is that kid that's in the background. I'm making the phone call, but the kid in the background happens to be the son of the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator. Why is all this important? Why does all this matter? Well, you heard in the original clip with Shador when he got prank call. He's like, this phone. There's only 32 people that have this. Essentially, the 32 GMs. This number was just one phone dedicated for one thing, and that is when this phone rings, it's for this reason. Now, we've seen other prank calls. I think Cooper DeJean happened last year. Now, I don't know if that was the same situation where it's one phone or because of that, they made it go to one phone. I don't know the ins and outs. I really don't. But let's talk about it because this kid is obviously the son of the Falcons coach. Here's the report that was released by the Falcons, which is where things get a little dicey here. Earlier in the week, Jax, the kid in the background, the 21-year-old son of defensive coordinator Jeff Uberich, unintentionally came across the draft contact phone number of Shador Sanders off an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down to later conduct a prank call. Jeff was unaware of the data exposure or any of the facts of the prank and was made of the above only after the fact. The Atlanta Falcons do not condone this behavior and sent out our sincere apologies to Shador and his family, who have been in contact with to apologize to, well as facilitate an apology directly from Jax to the Sanders family. We've also been in contact with the NFL and can continue to cooperate fully with any inquiries which we may receive from the NFL league office. We are thoroughly reviewing our protocols and uploading or updating if necessary to help prevent incidents like this from happening again. Now, people are going nuts. Like, you're trying to tell me that the iPad that withholds this information, which also holds obviously draft boards, like this is, I mean, this is a lot of data that you're holding on to. Now, if it's in your house, I understand that, but this thing, I don't think it's gonna go to bed quietly. We will see. We will see. Again, how he came across this is, I mean, something at such magnitude of where that information is coming from. How you just come across this. That's where I believe the investigation is going to come from. Now, where does someone from the Falcons care to pull a prank? I mean, does a DC of the Atlanta Falcons want to ruin Shador Sanders' day? I don't think so. I don't think it's that deep. But it's crazy to see this happening. And this kid could essentially lose his dad's job. I don't know how severe they'll look at this or how they'll take this. Again, if it's to the investigation and it's literally just like he left his iPad open and his son's a dumbass, then yeah, I don't think he should lose his job for it. But man, I saw what happened. I was like, this sucked because obviously all of us were kind of on our edge of our seats waiting. Like, we know how we felt and how we were waiting to see what was going to happen to him and how we felt when he got prank called. And I saw the Cooper DeJean one last year. That came up. I didn't see it last year when it happened. And I saw the same thing on his face. It's just like you kind of laugh it off, but it's like, man, like that is a shitty feeling to feel, right? And I don't know, man. I mean, I'm getting too old. Maybe I can't enjoy a good laughing. But there's listen. I think comedy. I always say there isn't a line. Pranks are a little bit different, in my opinion, to comedy. But yeah, this was nuts. We'll see if anything else comes out of it. If it does, we'll kind of briefly go over it. I don't want to put too much effort or time into it, just because we usually talk football here, and this gets very political and who's what and who's in trouble. And I just try to kind of stay away from all that stuff and keep it to football basis if we can. But I felt that it was a big enough story, and I felt that because we quietly covered it earlier on, and when I saw it happen, I was irritated by it, and I was more shocked with how quickly they discovered who it was. The fact that there was a video of it, I was like, recording it's one thing, and then you posted it. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I wouldn't want to be I don't know. People want to win. People want to say that I did it. So I guess I can get it too. I don't know. It's just it's wild to me. We'll see how. I mean, what can you do on a prank call to those kids? Not really much. I don't think. I think the only thing they would probably get hit with was maybe just like the stealing of the phone number. Maybe that they could get something there, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking on my booty on that one. But let me know the thoughts, how you're feeling about it. What do you think you should happen? What's your thoughts on this entire situation? We drop another video soon. A lot of visits happening. As we've been talking about, more visits are happening. More DBs are visiting. Obviously, they just lost the Hood brothers, one of those being a DB. So visits are important when it comes to those rooms. 67 scholarships. Got a couple to fill. Smash like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, baby.